There have been tense scenes outside St Mary's Cathedral in Sydney overnight ahead of the funeral of Cardinal George Pell. Demonstrators and mourners lining up to pay tribute to the Cardinal clashed out the front of the building, and police are worried about similar scenes today. There had been ribbons hung on the fence outside the cathedral in protest yesterday, but they were removed overnight.
A dispute between New South Wales Police and activists over a rally coinciding with the funeral has been resolved after the route of a peaceful march was altered. Our reporter Nabil is there on the ground. Good morning to you. What's been sort of filling the last 24 hours really, and the fact that we've seen, these disputes overnight?
Absolutely, Michael and Lisa, thank you. The atmosphere is tense and the mood is very charged outside the cathedral right now. All the ribbons, all the colorful ribbons that were put up by the victim survivors group yesterday as a form of silent protest have now been removed, and it's unclear who removed them. It might have been church officials, but we've also received reports that it might have been an angry group of private citizens. On the other hand, there's clearly an escalation of heavy police presence and riot squad units setting up over the last hour, parked right out front in anticipation of hundreds of protesters who are now going to be restricted to this side of College Street opposite the cathedral in Hyde Park. Kim Stern, as you mentioned, is one of the organizers we spoke to, and he laid out very clearly what their grievances are with the late Cardinal Pell.
Cardinal Pell used every inch of his power and privilege to reinforce conservative, extremely right-wing social views. He said that abortions were a worse moral outrage than priests sexually abusing children. He said homosexuality was a worse health hazard than smoking, and reinforced those views using his power and position in the church.
So the removal of the ribbons, I think, is just gut-wrenching. It started off with security staff hired by the church finishing their shift, and they came down and started pulling the ribbons down, first wearing their uniforms and then taking them off. I think it was particularly distressing to see because there were so many survivors here at the time, and it was so symbolic for them, I think, of just having, this statement where they were trying to assert themselves just ripped down.
But let's not forget that just a few feet away, a few meters from here, will be thousands of mourners here to honor Cardinal Pell.
George, unfortunately, was crucified here on earth like Jesus, and as a result, it's just due respect we're here for. And, yeah.
Look, I mainly feel sorry for them because I think in large measure they've been misinformed and misguided, and they don't actually truly understand the wonderful work that the Cardinal did throughout his priestly life.
We're all very sad. We essentially have all lost our father. Everybody knows the Cardinal is innocent and always claimed his innocence.